Alright guys, so before I start this video, I'm gonna say that these clips were from April and May. I've been really busy and didn't have time to edit it and just didn't feel like it. However, I finally decided to sit down for a couple days working on this video. Took a lot of time and effort. I decided to make it a computer adventure because it's over an hour and I did a lot in it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a very special video that I definitely wanted to make. I may do another video on this computer in the future because I want to, discuss like the history and stuff, and I didn't completely go over that in this video. But anyways, enjoy watching the video. Hello guys, it's Julia here, and I have a special video for you guys. Now this is something I got because I really wanted to make a video on this, and also it's something I've, been kind of wanting to get again, and I just didn't because back then the prices were just outrageous, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $200 to $300 for that, so I waited. Eventually a good deal came up, and I have it here. What do I have here? My very old laptop. Well, not very old, but I don't know if you guys remember, I had a Toshiba Windows 8 laptop back in beginning of 2013. I sold it in earlier 2015, maybe mid 2015. I think it was early 2015 though that I sold it, like before the summer, because it crashed on me and I got really mad and I'm like, I don't like this computer anymore, and I sold it, even though I actually found out later the reason it crashed is because Microsoft had a bug where if you system restored to before a certain update, it would crash the machine. So it was nothing to do with the laptop at all or the hardware. It was just a bug with Windows that just caused the whole thing to crash, and I couldn't recover from it. I don't think I had to literally reinstall the OS. So what a pain, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're gonna open this up. I've not seen this laptop since 2015. And note that this isn't the exact unit. It's the same model, but not the exact unit. And it does have a missing key on the keyboard, but that's honestly fine. It's just one key. I'm not gonna worry. It's not anything important. It's one of the keys that's not really used as often too. So I'm gonna open it. Let's open this bad boy up. I was waiting to open this on a video because, this is something I'm wanting to get. How much did I pay for this? $50 for it. It does not come with RAM or a drive, but I have both of those things. And I don't think it has a charger either. But, I'll take it. Sure, it's not perfect. Sure, it's not, exactly all the stuff, but it packaged it really well. Yeah, this does look like the laptop I remember. It's silver, and I actually really liked the silver design, and it felt like metal. So it was actually very good quality. So here it is. Looks just like it. If I open it, it is missing a key. It is very dirty. I might want to clean this, but let me actually take it out of the box real quick. Set it down. It does look like my old laptop, that's for sure. I'm going to see if anything else in the box. Nope, just the laptop. So, let me put it back. So you guys can see it. So you can see the laptop's got it's definitely dirty. I need to clean it. You guys can see, this laptop is not clean and it's very dirty, and the screen's very reflective, which I don't like. It is missing a key. It's the exact same model, Satellite P845T-S4305, which is the exact model that I did have. I believe this one does have a battery in it too. I saw it did have a battery. Now, I don't think this doesn't have RAM and stuff, so it's definitely not going to post because it does not have stuff, but we can try. It's dead, I think. Yeah, it's not turning on. keys, his keyboard's what I remember. I'm definitely gonna clean this before doing anything, so I'm gonna stop the video and clean it because they didn't even clean it. It's like, oh, the battery's popping out too. That's not good. Hopefully it's not a spicy pillow. That's a bit concerning. The battery is like, unless it's just not in properly, which could also be the case, but let me see if I can, let me see, can I get the battery out? There we go. Here's the battery. Let's put it back in. I don't know if it just bent or what. I think the battery just wasn't installed properly, so it might actually turn on now. Nope. Okay, the battery's dead. Power button sounds just like how it sounded when I had this laptop. I know it's not my exact unit because I believe on one of the speakers, I think it was this one, there was like a big dent on mine, and I don't think mine also had the labels. I think I took those off. I'll have to look back on old videos, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have those labels on it. Anyways, I'm gonna go clean the laptop now because, yeah, it's not clean. So guys, I'm recording not with my tripod right now, just to show you the laptop. So honestly, it looks really good. It was just really dirty, and the top lid looks like it's in perfect condition. And there is like this little piece right there that's kind of coming off, but if I open it up, you can see that's like there's a little damage right there, but not too bad. There's a key missing, but this was just dirty. It looks like it's in perfect condition. So I'm gonna plug it in and let it charge for a bit. I did make sure that the polarity and stuff was correct, and it is. So let me plug it in. That's a good sign. There's a charging light, and I remember mine would always do that when it was charging. So I'm gonna let it charge for a little bit, and then I'll try and power it on. Alright guys, so it's been charging for probably 10 minutes. I just want to power it on just to see if it powers on. I know it's probably not gonna like post because there's no RAM, but I at least want to see if it turns on. Excuse me, it powers on, but there's, okay. RTC battery is low. Press F2. Okay. So, we got an i3-3217U. It does have a drive in it. And 4 gigs of RAM. That's weird. And it thinks it's 2010. Okay. Is there a BIOS password? Not registered. Just going through the settings right now. So this might actually have an OS. It might have been wiped though. Alright, well, it turns on. So let's just exit discarding changes. It's probably wiped. Doubt it's gonna turn on. Okay. It has an OS? If this is the factory install, I'm gonna be happy. But something tells me it's not. No way. It's booting something, and I don't know what it's booting right now. But let's find out. Oh my god, it's so slow. What is it booting? What OS is it booting, guys? Take a guess. What OS is it booting right now? This thing did ship with Windows 8, but I highly doubt it's on Windows 8. It's probably Windows 10. Is it reset? Does it have data? Let's find out. It's going really slow. But it's... Do we have a mouse? No. Imagine it's a failing drive. Okay. What? I thought this seemed heavier than normal. Like, it seemed, like, really heavy. And I was like, it feels like it could have something in it, but it said it didn't. So, I wasn't sure, because it said on the listing, doesn't have a hard drive or RAM. It's got Windows 8.
User. And it's got Windows updates. Wonderful. This is so slow. If this has the factory image, I am making recovery media. I will make recovery media. I was actually really sad when I couldn't find my recovery media before I received this because I wanted the OEM install. And watch it have the OEM install. This is literally how slow this laptop was when I had it. Oh, jeez. That is the OEM install, I'll be darned. This literally said it didn't have anything. Okay then. I'm actually really happy I got this now because not only did I get a machine that's in really good condition, I got a machine that has the factory install, although this drive might be failing due to how slow it's acting. I really hope it's not failing. This does look like 8.1 though. Could not reconnect network shares. This had network shares or network drives. Let's open up the system properties. Oh boy, this has so much data on it still. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely resetting it. This has someone's data. I'm not even going to read any of that. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there because I don't care about their data. This is insane. I can't believe this thing is so slow too. So I'm guessing this was someone that actually used this computer. It never got upgraded. I wonder the last time it's been used. Based on how slow it's going, it's either A, the hard drive is just being really slow because it's not been booted in a really long time and it's probably throwing a hissy fit, or number 2, the drive is failing, which we could check with Crystal Disk Info. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this warm up because it is just going really slow. So guys, the laptop actually has the wrong time. I'm back after a little while. I got really busy and had to finish some stuff before, resuming this video. But it's funny because it says that our uptime is 13 days, almost 14 days apparently, and that might have been from the last time I was on it, or how long ago I was on it, I'm not entirely sure. But the time's wrong on here either way. It thinks it's 2021 of June. I don't know if that's the last time it was used because when I looked through event logs, I saw 2015 before I saw this date. So I have no idea if it was used in 2021 or not. It's kind of weird how it thought it was 2021 and it still thinks it is. Maybe it was turned on for a brief time in 2021. I'm not entirely sure where it got that time from. But we are going to change the time and date manually because I do plan to do a reset. I did make a backup of the machine with Macrum, so I do have a backup in case the reset doesn't actually restore the factory image, although it should. So, because that's how, Windows 8 did it. So I'm gonna set this and come back. Alright, so we have our correct time and date now. So now that we have it correctly set, we can actually, I might try oh, there's a lot of stuff down here. What is installed on here? Oh god, it's got Symantec. What is that? It's got a lot of stuff on here. Oh, that disappeared. I don't know what this is. This laptop's kind of messed up though. There's a blank icon and it's being weird. So I might try the normal go to Shift F10 and restart, or I'm gonna go to settings right here. Is the touchscreen working? Yeah, it is. I will say this. If I go down here, there is a command I did, and it actually lists that there is a recovery image, And I think if there's a recovery image, the reset feature will use that recovery image when you try to reset it. Because I remember when I reset my Toshiba back then, I did refresh, and it actually did restore the factory image in the reset feature. And I couldn't find, like, any way to reset the machine. Like, no Toshiba app existed to reset it anywhere. It only had the thing to create discs, but that was it. Which I don't even know if it's on here, because I don't even know if I see it. But maybe it's on here, maybe it's not. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I thought I saw it on here, but I don't know if it's on here or not. There are some Toshiba apps. Oh yeah, Recovery Media Creator. That it does exist. But like, I couldn't find like a way to just reset it through here. And I remember when I had my Toshiba, which maybe it is in one of these apps, I don't know, but I'm gonna go to like the shift restart method and see if there's like any like Toshiba recovery thing there. I really don't think there'll be a Toshiba like recovery thing. Let's try this though. So I'm going to hold shift and click restart. I'm just gonna see if it exists. If not, I'm just gonna go to settings and do reset this PC, and hopefully it resets it to the factory image. And if it doesn't, then I have a macro backup. So, alright, so what happens if I troubleshoot? There is a reset there. See, there's no option for Toshiba reset. Use a device. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna continue and let it reboot. And once it boots back up, we're just gonna try and do a normal reset this PC, because before I make recovery media, I definitely want it to, you know, boot into Windows and, you know, have a fresh copy. I don't want to create recovery media on someone else's install, which is why I want to reset it first. But in case the reset went wrong, I made a backup just to be safe. And after I, you know, reset it and have proper backups of, you know, I'll get the discs, I'll probably make another image of the machine with it reset without their data, because I definitely don't want their data. I just made a backup just in case I messed up the reset. But yeah, I just want to, you know, preserve the image. So, alright, why is it pushing a button? I think maybe there's a defective key, or maybe it's just key that's broken. It's not pushing now. We are going to just reset this normally and see what happens. Windows 8 does it weird, and I think honestly this was how I have to do it back then. I think you have to reset it like this. So, here we go. I remember doing refresh back then, and it actually did restore the factory image, but I don't want to keep their files. So I think I should do remove everything and reinstall Windows. If you want to recycle or start over completely, you can reset it to its factory settings. That's exactly what I want. I want its factory settings on here. Hopefully this works. Windows 8, as I said, did it weird, but it should in theory work if I do this. And I'm pretty sure this is how I reset my Dell Venue tablet to factory settings. I believe I did the same thing, and it would actually reset to the factory image. So this should work. There should be no issues doing this. Alright. Here's what happened. All your personal files and apps will be removed. All updates inside your PC will be removed. Your PC settings will be changed back to their defaults. Okay. Just remove my files. So remove your personal files and apps on PC and restore all settings to their defaults. If you use file history, make sure the latest version of the files are copied. File history drive before you proceed. That's new. Let's take a few minutes and your PC will restart. Okay. Do it. Please restore the factory. Okay. It restarted like immediately. Usually Windows is like preparing to reset, but not this. It was just instant. Okay, let's restart and reset your computer. that does build me confidence that it is going to use an image, because normally Windows would have to like prepare and stuff, and it didn't. So I think it will actually restore an image, but if not, I have a backup. It'll be good. I just don't want the user's data to be on here anymore personally, and I do want to make disks. So let's do it. Please. I've not ever reset the Toshiba like this before when I had it. I've never done this. So I don't know for certain what will happen. Let's see. This is scary. Resetting your PC. Okay, cool. Not resetting this PC, but resetting your PC. I know in Windows 10 it says resetting this PC, but looks like an 8 it says your PC. Well guys, I'm just gonna let this run, and I'm gonna let this do its thing, and I'll come back afterwards, because this is probably gonna take some time, and I know this is gonna be a long video. So let's just pray it does what I want it to do. Well guys, it looks like it did work. This is definitely the OEM image. So let's go through the setup. So we gotta, you know, accept our license agreement. We gotta love our license agreement, right? Gotta accept that. Oh boy, register my product. No thanks. This is definitely OEM. The fact it's asking about registering product. Oh yeah, it's pushing buttons. It's pushing this button, I think. Can you stop it? I think it's this button or something. There's a key stuck on here. Because it keeps trying to push it, it keeps popping that up. I'm just gonna call it Toshiba for now, because I'm gonna be honest, like before I saw it had a name of HP, which I find weird. There's a button stuck on here, so I hope it doesn't like interfere with anything. I'll connect to network later. Customize. I'll just turn off updates for now, not like it's gonna update anyway. I'm not gonna connect this to the internet most likely. Keep all that off. I'll just leave that default. Oh, it actually asks for region and stuff. I don't remember the setup doing that. Okay, for the name, I'm just gonna, you know, put my name, even though I'm probably like, because here's the thing, I might later on make a video of putting this drive back in, because I do plan on upgrading this to an SSD, but I may do a video of using my Toshiba like how it was in the original configuration. So if I want to do that, I could. So after your PC is ready, swipe in from any edge. Oh yeah, it did do that back then. I could tell that this is definitely 8.0 and not 8.1, just based on this. So I am almost certain this did reset properly. Yeah, move your mouse to any corner. Yeah, we know that. I'm honestly glad this worked. I didn't know if this was gonna work, because I'm gonna be honest, like back then I always used the discs because I thought there was no other way to reset it. But now I realize later on that it's because you have to use the reset feature in order to do it. So that's something I need to note. So I'm gonna let that do its thing. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, installing apps. This is definitely Windows 8, like 8.0. Like 100% this is 8.0. Okay, yep, this is OEM. I can already tell you now, based on the start menu, this is 100% OEM. And we go to the desktop, and yeah, that's definitely Windows 8. So let's go to System. And the first thing I'm definitely going to do is create recovery media. Because that is something I definitely want to do. Because if I'm going to restore this to an SSD, I could use the disks. Yep, Windows 8. I got a 5.4 rating. I wonder what mine got. I should look back at screenshots and see what mine got. But you could see that, you know, we got our original configuration. Original hard drive, original RAM. In fact, let's make sure it should have wiped everything. Yeah, it definitely wiped everything because there's like, before there was like 100 gigs being taken up and there's not anymore. So the user's data is not here. I didn't want to make the disks on someone else's install because I just wanted to reset it first and then make the disks. So I know the image works. So my next steps would be to use the software from Toshiba to start, you know, making recovery media. Let's actually see what's installed on here. It's going a lot faster than it was. I mean, this is a hard drive as well. But you guys can see, it's got a lot of stuff, kind of. It's got Norton on here. Not surprising. But yeah, there's all the Toshiba software. There's a lot. But I'd say that, let's see, how many installed programs is that? 44. So it comes with 44 installed programs by default. And honestly, I think I'm going to hook up my capture card at this point. This should obviously have a driver. I don't want to keep using my phone camera because honestly, you know, it's going to make it more difficult. Where's Device Manager? There it is. Sorry guys, I had to stop the video unfortunately, but we are in Device Manager. There is something there that's having a problem. I don't know what that is. Where's my mouse? Here it is. I'm just gonna upload the drivers. I don't know what in the world this is. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. And I'll just close it. But we do have drivers, clearly. So the next part I will hook up to my capture card, make recovery media, because it'll be easier to see on the screen. And I may or may not do another video like of, you know, I might make the other part of me actually upgrading the parts and stuff a separate video, just because this video shows that I got it, you know, the condition, and, you know, I might not, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll make this an adventure. I don't know yet, I have to think about it. But when you guys are seeing this video, you'll know if it is or isn't. But either way, I'm going to stop the video on my phone right now and, you know, continue with the next steps. Alright, so I'm going to have two camera angles here and just show when I'm inserting the discs, but I'm going to mainly be showing the capture card. So I do have some blank DVDs, which I actually got these when I made other recovery media for another computer that I had. So I have more blank DVDs. I hope they still work. I mean, they're not that old. They're like 2 years old, but I think they will be fine. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go to the start menu. How does Windows 8, how do you get to the apps? I have to figure that out. Because there's no like show apps button. What happens if I right click? All apps. Okay, that's how you do it. That's a very weird way to freaking show your apps. But, okay, Toshiba. I'm gonna move this a little bit. So, you can see that we have our list of apps. So I need to find the one for recovery. Because we need to make recovery disks so that way we can use them on the new install. So you can see we have Recovery Media Creator. So, click yes. I did not hear a noise, that's kind of interesting. Anyways, create recovery media. So, it tells us our DVDs. It says we need 3 DVDs, which is funny because I think I had 4 on my other one. Maybe I did have 3 actually. We have DVDs, we have a USB as well.
but I think Toshiba's actually let you create more than one. But, you know, because I used discs on my old one, we're gonna use discs. So I'm gonna open our DVD drive, which I have these DVD-Rs. Hopefully our DVD drive works. Yeah, it does. Okay. And gonna put one in. They give us multiple options, and I did DVDs back then. I am gonna back up the DVDs as well. Maybe later I'll restore it again and actually make the USB option instead, but I'm gonna do DVDs for this. So if I open up this, yep, there's our DVD. I have it right here. And we are going to create. So I don't know if Toshiba has a limit to how many sets you can create. I know HP does, but I could always later on do the USB method to have that too, but let's create. Recovery Disc 1 will be created now. I already did. So let's create our recovery media. So I can hear the DVD going. So this is going to be pretty cool. And I'm going to actually be using these to restore it. And I know that DVDs aren't really used anymore, but I like DVDs. I used these for my Toshiba back in the day. I did the DVD method as well. And I do actually like how they have a USB option. Because technically I could have done a USB and made a backup of that. But I'm going to make a backup of 3 DVDs. Maybe after I restore this to the SSD, if I can run this again, I'll create a USB. So anyways, we're going to let this create. I'll stop my phone's recording and come back. Might be done. It's doing something. Oh, look at that, it sees the DVD. So I think that means it is probably verifying it now. Yeah, it says verifying. So it's just verifying our media to make sure it's good. I love how it's making sounds doing that. Alright guys, it's about to be done and spit the disc out at us. It's about to spit the disc out, I could tell right now, because it's at the end of the first one basically at this point. So I am just waiting for it to be done so that I can give it the next disc. The third disc shouldn't take long to create at all, but 1 and 2 are obviously going to take the longest. I'm going to finally have these recovery discs again. I lost the original set. I could only find the third one, not 1 and 2. I don't even know if that third one works though. Yep, there we go. Alright, it says to label it and then to create disc 2. So, let's label this disc. Let me, I'll put in the next one. And then I'll label it. I'm not gonna put it in yet. Alright. So it says to label it recovery disc 2. Or 1, I mean. Recovery DVD disc 1. I'll just put recovery disc 1. Alright. I've labeled it. Put in blank media. And then we got 2. Recovery disc 2 will be created now. I did. There we go. It was just being stupid. Alright. Now I'll wait for this to be created. So now it's wanting the next disc. As you guys can see here. It's saying to label this disc. So I'm gonna take it out. And before, I'll label it in a second, but I at least want to get the next disc in. So we have that. Now I'm gonna label this disc. Alright, so we have our disc labeled. So I'm gonna do that. Hello. There we go. And now we wait for disc 3 to be created, which is our final last disc. So yay. Alright, it looks like it's done. Oh wow, nice. So guys, we just created our recovery media. We just got our disc 3. Doesn't tell us to label it, but we know the drill. So I'm gonna label this disc now. And just to show you guys my other discs. So we got recovery disc 1. I'm holding it like this because I don't want to, hold it from the other direction. Disc 2. And then disc 3 will pretty much be the same. So let me label that. I kind of messed up the writing a bit, but it doesn't matter because we know what the disc is. It's kind of hard to write on these, but I was able to. So I'll stop the phone recording. And we pretty much have all 3 discs created. Now I'm gonna make a backup of these DVDs later, and we'll also use them when we want to restore it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a separate video on that or not, or if it's gonna be in the same video, but I'll probably just kind of edit what I have now and see where it gets me, and I will come back. Alright, I'm back with the Toshiba the next day. Now, I made recovery media yesterday, and today I actually want to do some upgrades that I haven't been able to do because back then I actually got rid of my Toshiba honestly, I should have replaced the hard drive with like an SSD, which is what I'm going to be doing. I have, I think, this Crucial 240 gig, I believe, and it's just going to be, I guess, temporary for now. I might leave it in there. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to replace this with a SSD because I feel like an SSD is going to perform much better on here. And I'm also going to upgrade the RAM to this 8 gig stick. So there's 8, hopefully there's another 4 gigs, so then I can have 12, because originally back then when I got it, I actually wanted to upgrade the RAM and I never did. And I still don't know why when I had issues, I didn't just go ahead and upgrade parts, but I didn't. So I should have, but I never got around to it. I never got the chance to do it, and I wanted to do it, but I just didn't do it. So we're going to actually open this up, because it's gonna turn back on, because yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to, you guys are gonna end up seeing my face in this video because the screen is just way too reflective and there's nothing I can do about it. So, one thing, I don't like reflective screens because they're just really annoying. And of course it's not activated, probably because it's not on the internet, but because of that, it's being annoying about it. And I'm not gonna connect this because, yeah, I kind of wanted to leave it, honestly, at its original configuration just to see what it was like, you know, when I used it back then. But, I mean, honestly, there was upgrades I also want to do. So, what I plan on doing is, I do want to do the upgrades in this video, mainly because I want to see, you know, how it performs nowadays, because I feel like with the current specs, with the 4 gigs of RAM and the hard drive, it's just not gonna, you know, be as smooth. And especially with like today's standards, you know, things have changed a lot. So I feel like I really should just do the upgrades. Maybe I can have a video in the future and putting the hard drive back in it and downgrading the RAM again and then just seeing what it's like. But for this video, I'm actually just going to do the upgrades. Plus, I want to use the recovery discs, and I have recovery discs now. So when I put this drive in, I can use the recovery discs. So I'm going to put it in. I actually don't know what's on this drive right now. I don't remember. So we'll honestly put it in and see, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah. So my plan is I'm going to, you know, I'm going to shut this down. Windows 8 is like, I'm gonna hold shift as well, so that way it's not in a hibernated state when I shut this down, because I don't want this to be in a freaking hibernated state, because that's gonna cause issues, and I don't want issues. So, it's still, you know, shutting down. It's taking forever. This computer is in much better condition than mine was. It's just missing a key, and that's it. Although it seems like it might be pushing the key as well, so I need to figure that out if it is, like, you know, pushing a key or not. But anyways, I'm going to take this apart and try to do this. Hold on. So I had a lot of fun opening this because these little pieces were like stuck into the things. You can see these like protectors for the screws, and I had to like get them out. And now we finally got to the part we need to get to. So we have the RAM, and it appears there are two 2 gig sticks. So I'm gonna have to take an 8 and a 4 in order to upgrade the RAM in this, which kind of sucks, meaning I have to go grab another RAM stick. However, you can see we got a hard drive here that we're gonna replace as well. So it's kind of difficult to do this on camera, not gonna lie, because I need to be able to see. Looks like the drive might even not be like aligned properly. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to attempt to, you know, get this out if I'm able to. I want to be honest, this is really hard to get out of the caddy because the screws are like stuck, but you could see that this is the hard drive that came with it. I might honestly just say go without the caddy because the caddy is being a pain. Probably just gonna go without it and put something underneath it to prevent it from So it's currently in the machine. Well, we have some sticks of RAM. I need to move this, my apologies. Okay guys, so I pretty much just skipped a good majority of that because it was difficult to like record and do it at the same time for some reason, because anytime I'm taking apart computers or working with hardware, it's hard to get the camera and do it at the same time because I have to look closely at it. So I really hope to God the system is functional and that the system works, because like it was really difficult to do and the RAM was like extremely difficult to get out and in, and I just hope this works. I also hope it accepts our RAM. Looks like it is. I don't know if our drive is gonna work or not. That was like so much of a pain to do. Like, actually. It looks like it is loading something, so it is indeed working. But we need to check our RAM configuration because I'm a bit unsure about, you know, what our RAM config is. But it does appear that this drive works. I never thought I'd see this computer on Windows 10. Let's go to System. Obviously, we're gonna restore the recovery media. But why won't it let me go to System? It's not letting me. It's like the click button isn't working anymore. Which is strange. It's like I can't click anymore. Looks like I might have damaged something, which isn't good. Because this click isn't working. Because there was a screw right there, and I'm debating and wondering if like I somehow damaged the cable to the trackpad and now it's not working properly anymore. So I'm gonna have to plug a mouse in because I damaged the trackpad, I think, which kind of sucks if I did. It does detect our 12 gigs, so that's good, but I'm a bit worried about the trackpad because I think this damaged it. Because I know for a fact that it did work, and after doing this, it no longer works properly. Alright, so maybe I didn't. Maybe it just doesn't have a driver potentially, but I hope to God nothing's like damaged, because if I click it, oh, it does click now. Okay, so maybe that metal piece was contacting and making it not want to work, but it's not broken. So guys, false alarm. I didn't break anything, but I am definitely gonna leave that screw out because it's damaged and we don't really need it. So I can click, so that's good. Nothing's damaged. So the computer is functional. It's just, we now need to install the factory image on it. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave it in this configuration, at least for a little while. I still have the original hard drive. However, I don't really want to put it back in, and it is failing. So whether I'm actually, you know, going to do that or not, like, honestly, I'm probably just gonna leave it the way it is. This is honestly what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a machine that had, you know, more RAM and an SSD, and that's exactly what I got. And these were the original sticks that were in here, or 2 gig sticks of DR3. So obviously I'm going to you know, turn this off. Oh, it wants to update, of course. Hold shift and click shutdown. Because guess what we're gonna do? Yeah, that's right. We're gonna restore the factory image. Alright guys, so I'm back. And obviously, we are going to restore it now. So, we have our recovery disk 1. I believe you push like F12 at startup. Yeah, there we go. and I'm going to put in the DVD. So, recovery disc 1 for this Toshiba, and we're gonna push it in like so. And then we're gonna go to the DVD. And I have not done a restore on this in quite a while. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I feel like that loaded a bit too fast. Yeah, that did not work. Okay, we need to reboot it again. And of course it's gonna be a pain because it's gonna want to update and I don't want it to do that. Well, it does have the battery. I probably should plug it back in. I don't know how long the battery lasts on this, but honestly, I'm glad that this computer will at least be the upgraded configuration that I wanted. Maybe it is being stupid, because I still can't click. Like, it won't let me. I'm gonna plug a mouse in. I don't know if I messed it up from before or what, or if it's just Windows being stupid and not letting me click. Which is probably the case, because why would it be like one button? Come on. Read our DVD. Read our DVD. I think it worked that time. You can hear it. It definitely read our DVD that time. There's no excuse. It definitely read our DVD. I'll say this, I'm sorry if the videos don't seem like, as exciting lately. It's just harder to make videos nowadays, and it just doesn't seem exactly the same as it used to when I made videos. I'm gonna turn the light off so we can see it better. I have no idea what this looks like. I forgot. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I'm gonna look at when it loads. That is very basic. Okay, so we have Toshiba Recovery Wizard or System Recovery Options. We want to do the Toshiba Recovery Wizard. We'll see if clicking on this works. It does, so it's just Windows being stupid. Warning, while the recovery is executed, all data will be deleted and rewritten unless recovery of factory default software with user's data option selected. The next step, please connect the AC adapter. Yes, I have it connected. Alright, I wonder if I have a screenshot of this, because if it's the same software, I'd laugh as my other one. So we're gonna click yes. Recovery of factory default software, recover to out-of-box state, or erase the hard disk. We want to recover to out-of-box state. All partitions will be deleted. You'll lose all data on the hard drive. Are you sure you want to continue? Press next to start the recovery. Okay, let's do it. Initializing the partition, please wait. And this does have, you know, now more RAM and a better drive, so it should honestly help our system. Even though we did change the configuration, it's still the same computer. It's just a little bit better specs to give us a bit of better performance is really all that will change. But the fact that I finally got to make the upgrades to the laptop that I wanted to make upgrades to back then, which I still don't know why I didn't make upgrades to it. I really wish I did, but I didn't. So now we're just gonna wait, and I would connect capture card, but it wouldn't have anything to show because no driver is loaded, so it's not like it can do anything. I think it's gonna sit here. I don't know. It might show like a progress bar. I've not restored this in a while, but looking at this definitely looks familiar. So I think it did look like this when I did restore it. I'd have to look back at those videos I recorded a long time ago and see if, because I'm sure I showed the process, meaning, yeah, now it says copying files, please wait. I'm sure I showed the progress and process of how I did it, meaning I can look back and see if it's the same or different. You know, that'd be something interesting I'd actually want to look at. So, it doesn't give a progress bar. It just says copying files. Oh, you know what I think it is? I think it has to get all the files off all the disks first, and then it'll go to, like, the progress screen. I think, if I remember correctly. Again, the last time I restored this computer was technically, like, 10 years ago. So, and I'm being serious, it probably was, like, 2014 that I last did this. Or 2015. Early 2015. And I think it was 2014, actually, that I last did this. So, yeah, after it crashed that one time, and I was like, I'm getting rid of this computer. I wish I kept it. You know, I could have just replaced the hard drive. I could have just upgraded the RAM. It probably would have still worked. You know, probably better than the systems I had at the time. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm gonna let this do its thing and probably come back when it wants a disc 2. So you guys can see it is telling me to insert the next disc, and it popped out the other disc, which is disc 1. So we're gonna, you know, pop out our disc 1 because we're done with disc 1, and we're gonna give it disc 2. So we got our disc 2. Gonna put that in there. And then do that, and then press OK. And it should continue with disk 2. Come on. Alright, I hear it going, so I think it's back to copying more stuff, and wait till it wants disk 3. Alright guys, so we need to insert the very last disk. Because disk 2 popped out. So, let's do it. So we have disk 2, which obviously we could take out, because, you know, we don't need disk 2 anymore. And we're going to give it disk 3. So we inserted disk 3. Then we'll click OK. And it should work. So we just gotta, you know, there's no light or anything on the disk drive from the looks of it. However, we're done with disks after this. So now it's copying the last bit of files. This will be so exciting. Well, this is new. It says it is now recovering, which I do remember seeing when I had this computer. So, you know, why don't we do a little bit of time lapse in here of, you know, the recovery? Because why not?
Alright guys, so it says that the recovery is complete. So that means that we are actually ready to boot the machine and see what happens. So, let's click OK. Oh, it popped out the disk and then it restarted. What did that say? Loading files. Alright, I'm gonna grab these discs. So I'll put disc 3 back in here. And the discs back in this like DVD thing just to protect them. Because I have a place where I put them just to keep them protected. I don't know what the rest of this recovery is gonna look like. What the? Yeah, we can put this back in. Wow, that fast? It's already restored. Okay, well I'm gonna do capture card for the rest of this. Alright guys, it's been a little while since I was doing other things, but you could see that, you know, it did reset and I just left it sit for now, but we're gonna accept our agreement, but we'd probably have to scroll through it. And of course I see freaking Norton, which I'll end up uninstalling. Register my product, obviously we're not gonna register, there's no point, it's way past the time to even do that. You can see it's pushing a button because it keeps saying that, so like that's a problem. I think it's pushing this key. I'll see if I can get it to maybe stop, but I'm not sure. I think that might be one of the reasons they got rid of the computer. I'm not sure if it's that key or a different key, but I don't know if I can avoid that. So I'll just do the same thing. Toshiba is the name. There's no point to image the disc because I have recovery media. It might be being stupid because of the key being pressed down, which I didn't realize was a problem, so I might actually have to replace this keyboard because of that. Because look at this, it's like stuck. I'm not sure if it's because of that key or not, but it's not moving. Why is it not working? Come on. Do something. I'll just wait for it, I guess. Okay, so it finally loaded after like 5 minutes. I don't know what took it so long, but it's wanting us to connect to the internet, which we're obviously going to skip for now. Custom settings. Windows Update doesn't even work in Windows 8, but I'll put don't set up right now because it's not going to work anyway. Keep all those off. That's fine. I like how it asks for your region. And then my name. This will not go on my domain, so I'm just going to put my name on it. Because I don't really connect Windows 7 or 8 machines to my domain anymore. I just don't really see the reason. It's not like they're going to get used a lot. So it's better to just, you know, let it, you know, not be on the domain. And now it's going to do this stuff with Windows 8. I can already tell the computer is going a lot faster with the SSD and the upgraded RAM. Like, it seems to be a lot faster. And honestly, I think this would have been a much better computer if I did those upgrades to begin with. Alright guys, we finally got to the start screen and we are finally up. So if I open our system properties, you'll see that we're actually up. It does say we need to refresh our index, probably because of the RAM, I don't know. But you can see we got 12 gigs of RAM, same CPU, and this is the SSD. So if I go here, you can see we have a lot less space because we replaced the drive with an SSD, which I think is honestly going to greatly improve the performance of this laptop, and I really think it's going to work a lot better. It already is. It's actually pretty fast.
and we have all the same apps installed that we had before, but this is just much easier on the capture card. So it has Norton, not McAfee on this one, which is kind of interesting. I think mine, when I got it, probably had Norton as well. But I'm going to end up, you know, we're going to end up uninstalling, like, Norton probably. I might keep all the Toshiba apps, because honestly, I want this to be pretty stock. And, yeah. Where is Norton? Here it is. It's pretty much the same thing that was installed on the Envy. It looks the same. I don't know if you guys saw, like, I don't want to activate it. Get out of here. I don't know if you guys saw my, video about my Envy's OEM. Yeah, no response received. Try later. I'm just gonna uninstall all of this. Stop it. I don't need you to check for errors. We're just gonna uninstall. Wasn't uninstall the AV? I just want to get this out. Please remove all user data. I'm not telling you why. Besides, I'm not on the internet to do that. I might later upgrade this to 10, just because when I had mine, I used it on 8.1, but I wanted to see how Windows 10 would have been like if I did upgrade it. But like I said, I still have the factory disks, so I could easily restore it anytime I want. Now, I don't know how often I'm going to make videos on this. I'm going to be honest, like, making videos is not easy and editing them is not easy, and I do apologize if the videos aren't as exciting as you hoped. I want to try and make some more exciting ones, though. But you can see that this just has all the, like, you know, stuff that comes with it. Let me go to the desktop. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's finally wanting to uninstall. I'll restart later because I need to uninstall the rest. Yes, I want to remove this as well. I think for now I'm just going to remove the Norton stuff. I just don't want any Norton stuff. Good, it's expired. I'm uninstalling it. I don't want any of this. Anyways, you guys can see that we pretty much, I mean, there's an old Adobe Reader on here as well, and it's not that badly bloated. I mean, it's mainly just Norton and Toshiba stuff. Like, honestly, Toshiba is not the worst, I would say. It also has Office, I see. It has a lot of Intel stuff, which is normal. It has Origin for some reason, which is interesting. But not too bad. And it does have Wild Tangent, which is pretty cool. Because, you know, those games seem to go on every single computer. Oh yeah, I can't restart it that way. But overall, the system seems pretty quick. I just don't want Norton. That's one thing I don't want on here is Norton, because that's going to slow the computer down, and it's an old version. So I found it easier to just uninstall it completely. Yeah, you could see there's a problem. It's spamming that key. If I push another key, it stops. So I'll have to figure that out later, but I'm gonna stop the video here for now and then probably like see how long of recording I have and work on it more later, because I want to start editing this, but we did get this up and running, so that's really cool. So yeah, I'm glad I got this computer back. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna end it off here because really all I need to do is upgrade it to 8.1, get it set up, you know, get all the updates installed and all that stuff. And it's not that special. I mean, I did do it in my Envy OEM recovery video, so it's pretty much just the same thing from that, and this video is already really long. I may do a video though on like how to upgrade to 8.1, even though 8.1's already dead, just because in Windows 8, you know, they broke the store and they broke Windows Update and they broke all that stuff, so you have to use an ISO to upgrade it. But I also may do other future videos on this computer because I might try Windows 10 on it and other stuff. So whatever you guys want to see with this computer, feel free to leave a comment below, and I may consider making a video on it because I want to make videos on what people want to see. So if it's something you're really looking forward to seeing or really want to see, I will make a video on it, so just let me know in the comments. But anyways, I really enjoyed making this video and editing it. It was a lot of editing, that's for sure. Took a lot of time and effort, but I'm glad to have it out now. So after it being late by like 3 months, well maybe more like 2, because I recorded clips like a month after the first clips because I was really busy with school, and then after that I got busy with other things IRL. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye for now.